Hello and welcome to Take 5 with Automation World. I'm David Miller, Senior Technical Writer for Automation World. Today, I'm going to be talking about cloud computing, industrial autonomy, and how together they can further corporate sustainability initiatives. So first, it's important to define our terms. I think cloud is easy enough. When we say that, we're talking about using a large centralized server that streams to many locations simultaneously, as opposed to many smaller local servers. But the term industrial autonomy perhaps requires a bit more explication. So whereas industrial automation typically refers to machines with the ability to perform highly structured, pre-programmed tasks in lieu of human labor, the term industrial autonomy describes systems that are capable of adapting independently to diverse challenges with minimal human intervention. So in this case, we'd be talking about things like AI or machine learning, which might do something like allowing a robot or machine vision system to train itself on new items and objects rather than requiring a human operator to do so for it. Now, finally, we come to sustainability. Again, simple. Waste reduction, emissions reduction, and energy management. So we're talking about doing more or the same amount with less waste, less energy consumption, and fewer emissions. But the question is, how do cloud and industrial autonomy further these sustainability goals? So first of all, when it comes to the cloud, it's noteworthy that according to the Environmental Protection Agency, data centers now account for 1.5% of all electricity consumption in the US. So this is obviously going to have a sizable impact on overall emissions, since energy production generally is going to have a carbon footprint. So by eliminating these local servers, you're using less electricity, energy consumption is slashed, and so emissions in turn are going to be slashed as well. Now that's fairly straightforward, but the other way cloud enables sustainability is simply by enabling industrial autonomy, which has its own separate sustainability benefits. So the cloud enables autonomy by greatly expanding the pool of data that AI and machine learning algorithms can be trained on. Basically, by training these models on larger quantities of data than any one company would have access to, a cloud server can provide optimizations that would not be possible should local on-site resources alone be used. And so what are these optimizations doing? They're providing more intelligence, the sort that can enable industrial autonomy, which can make production vastly more efficient, of course. So when an operation becomes more efficient, it's not only becoming more profitable because it's using fewer inputs in order to yield the same amount of output, but it becomes more environmentally friendly too, because it's using, again, less energy, fewer materials, and so on. And it turns out that many in industry actually agree with this assessment. Recently, Yokogawa conducted a survey to gauge the use of industrial autonomy among respondents. And what they found was that sustainability was one of the areas where industrial autonomy was expected to have the biggest impact. So when asked, what level of impact are you expecting industrial autonomy will have on the following applications in your plant in the next 3 years, 45% of respondents stated that they felt that autonomy would have significant impact on environmental sustainability, and that's including dynamic energy optimization, water management, and emissions reductions. And that makes it actually the most selected category, above even others such as robotic surveillance and inspection, AI-enhanced process optimization, and supply chain optimization. So more specifically, autonomy was most expected to aid in waste reduction, with 38% of respondents anticipating that, and then 35% of respondents anticipating greenhouse gas reduction, and 34% energy management. So if you're interested in sustainability and some of the emerging trends that enable it, this is something to keep your eye on, and you can find more information in the links below this video. So one more time, I want to thank all of our viewers for watching.